He's played more times for England than any other player. The holder of 125 caps, an unrivaled level of excellence at the very top of the game. With a unique record of consistency in a career that spans no less than 4 decades. So welcome to England's tribute to Peter Shilton. November the 25th, 1970. These previously untransmitted pictures show the 20-year-old Peter Shilton waiting nervously in the Wembley tunnel before making his international debut against East Germany. Just 18 months previously, Shilton had become the youngest ever keeper to appear in a Wembley Cup final. And now, just as he had at Leicester, he was about to take over from Gordon Banks between the England posts.
England walking out for their first international since the World Cup. The opposition, East Germany, and the team now in sight of this vast Wembley crowd. And even though England are no longer the world champions, a really warm and thunderous greeting from nearly 100,000 people in Wembley Stadium. The side captained as usual by Bobby Moore, playing his 85th international match for England. Peter Shilton, the only new cap in the side. Little Alan Ball from Everton, followed by Alan Mullery, the Tottenham captain who had such a good World Cup. Then the stocky figure of Francis Lee of Manchester United. Terry Cooper of Leeds United, who's been in such splendid form with his club, who lead the league, and behind him his clubmate and the striker playing his second full international, Alan Clark. David Sadler of Manchester United, taking the shirt worn previously by Brian LeBone and Jackie Charlton, then Evelyn Hughes, and trotting through the picture, Martin Peters of Spurs. A check for you now on the England team, including 7 of the players who were beaten in the quarter-finals in Lyon in the World Cup by West Germany. Evelyn Hughes playing in what's an unfamiliar position for him, but he's a versatile player, wearing number 2 and playing it right back. Of course, he plays in midfield on the other side of the field for Liverpool.
One is Shilton.
The only new cap in the team, of course, Peter Shilton, the young Leicester City goalkeeper. And here with me in the commentary box is Bob Wilson, the Arsenal goalkeeper, who no doubt would like to be between those posts tonight.
I'd very much like to be between those posts, and this is the moment that Peter Shilton's been waiting for. It's rather fitting that, having owed so much to Gordon Banks, he should be the man here tonight, feeling very nervous, I'm sure, and prepared for this first international.
It wasn't long before he got his first touch of the ball at the highest level.
Sadler. It's Mullery. The first feel of the ball in a full international for Shilton. Cooper. Hughes has the good flick to Clark. Lee in support. Mullery streaking wide. There's Mullery, number 4. 10 minutes gone, no score. Sammer. Reich. Or rather, number 5 is Gansera. Duke. Very secure, absolutely safe in Shilton's arms. Clark, that's a good header. Lee! And Lee hit that ball really well, but the credit must go to Alan Clark for the flick. It's Kreis. Kreis number 8. Hurst causing trouble and Lee there again. He's going to score this time. And that was a duplicate of the earlier move. A complete duplicate, and Jeff Hurst winning the ball. The perfect flick into space. Lee looking behind, looking for just such a pass, and this time prepared to take time. 1-0 to England. Stein. Ball. Hughes. Peters. Sadler. Lucky to get the second chance, but how cool he took it. No doubt about the foul, a free kick. Giant Klaus Sammer with the offender. Ball. Peters! The goalkeeper never moved. Peters surprised them completely. Just watch what happened. Watch Jeff Hurst there, chest this ball down. Beautiful physique. Roke doesn't get it away. Peters backing up. The German goalkeeper has taken root, so completely surprised. Mullery. Kreis, who's beginning to move across to the left. He's been operating in a deep position on the right in the main. Vogel. Stein's outside. Brilliant goal! Superb! And that's what the East Germans wanted. England's defence hesitated here. Stein had just drawn their attention, and Vogel hit that superbly well, and it was just what the East Germans needed. 27 minutes, and Shilton really hadn't much chance. Sarah. Shilton took responsibility. Duke Rodder. Sammer. It's Duke. Good save by Shilton. England were caught momentarily then. Kreis. Stein. Sammer. Shilton can feel very pleased with the way he dealt with that situation, because England were caught. Well, it was Vogel, and he really tried well. What a shot Vogel's got. And he's prepared to adventure too. That ball was dipping and swinging viciously. Just watch it move. And it's from fully 30 yards out. It moved in the air, and Shilton did the only thing he could do. Vogel. It's Kreis. Good handling by Shilton, but my word, these East Germans are dangerous. Sarah. Duke. Sarah. on!
A magnificent effort by England. Franny Lee here putting a through ball, a superb run into the box by Alan Clark and deflected over the top of the keeper, and it's all the way into the back of the net. Marvellous goal.
So, a win for England and a secure debut for Peter Shilton. But despite that good start, he was still understudy to Gordon Banks, and a full year later he was still playing only his third international, this time against Switzerland.
In goal is Peter Shilton of Leicester City, playing in place of the injured Gordon Banks, who's not named among the substitutes. And the England side looks as follows tonight, showing 6 different names from the last international match, and missing is Martin Chivers. Sir Alf Ramsey named him in the 12 to play last night, but decided a few minutes ago that he'd named Chivers as a substitute. So Samavi plays with number 7 on his back. And this is ranked to be the best Swiss national side of all time by a lot of good observers. This chap who's on. Odermatt. Shilton taking no sort of chance. Jean Ducour. Blattler. Jean Ducour. Hughes. Samavi. 1-0. Minutes gone. 1-0 to England. Started here by Hughes from the corner. He just chops it with his left foot, which is the right foot rather. And the ball flies off the defender, the unmarked Samavi, for a simple goal after 8 minutes. Chapuisat. Kuhn. Odermatt. Oh, it's there! A superb goal by Odermatt. And Shilton, well, his second mistake of the match, and it must go down as a goalkeeping error. It really was a tremendous shot, but Shilton seemed to be committed on the right foot, and as he went back could only get his hands to it. He didn't get his body behind the ball. 1 each. England with 5 in the wall, and Shilton without any sort of view at all, as you can see. Odermatt with the kick. And Shilton opted for turning it over. Poor Peter Shilton tonight. Didn't make a very good start, and he's not looking all that sure now. But that was a teasing free kick, and he settled for safety.
Gordon Banks was a hard act to follow. It was 6 months before Peter had another chance, this time against the Irish.
Dugan. This is Irvin. Lloyd bottled that up very well. Gave Irvin no room at all. Shilton now being beaten, dribbling out of his goal line, but he was fouled. But quite why he came out like that with Larry Lloyd, only he and Lloyd would know. Not exactly the sort of thing designed to give confidence to a defence, and seeming to me to be quite unnecessary.
But even at this early stage of his international career, Peter Shilton was showing all the hallmarks of great goalkeeping. A command of the area, super safe handling, and the ability to organise the defence. But Sir Alf Ramsey's team, after the heights of the 1970 World Cup in Mexico, was in transition. Some dark moments lay ahead.
Irvin, the only Irish player in the 6-yard box. Terry Neal is up there. Neal! And he's had it, Terry Neal! The manager scored! Irvin got a little touch, and Terry Neal has scored for Northern Ireland. 33.5 minutes from the set piece. Irvin coming across to the near post, but half a flick. Neal, the header first, and then the left foot just inside the post. Sam Nelson. Here's Dugan. Shilton not getting a clear view of it. It's out for a corner. Decision given by the linesman on this side. It's a difficult game for an England goalkeeper. His side struggling to get going, and every so often he's being asked to do things, and yet he's never got warm. He's never really felt himself in the game, I suspect. Dugan moving across with Lloyd. Sam Nelson behind him, but they both moved too far. Mistake by Story. McMordy trying to find Dugan. The angle isn't good. Shilton showed him nothing then.
(1973), cap number 9 for Shilton, the unique atmosphere of a clash with a rampaging Scotland team.
And around the Wembley Stadium, you can only see Scottish flags. A forest of flags greeting this Scottish side. And really, Bobby Moore and the England team must feel they're playing away from home. England breaking towards the end, where the Scottish supporters are massed. Bell to number 11, Peters. McCurry for Scotland. The chance of a break, and it's on. Lorimer by himself. The defence hopelessly split. He's got so much room, and the goalkeeper was good enough. Lorimer placed it, had time, had an unbelievable amount of space, and the roars of applause are for Shilton, who saved England when really Lorimer should have scored. Corner quickly taken. This is Morgan. And what a let-off in the first 2 or 3 minutes for England. Morgan. This is Jardine. This is clear McCurry, and he stood up in front of him. Appeal for a penalty. The referee doesn't want to know. McCurry, though, the ball stood up right in front of him. Interesting incident that, but the referee appeared to have a good view and waved it all away. It's Dalglish. Lorimer. McFarland. Lorimer again. McCurry. Shilton big enough. Clark to Story. Dalglish. McCurry. McGrain. Hay. Lorimer. McCurry right off his toe. Lorimer again. Nobody ready to get at Shilton. McCurry wasn't big enough. And the flag up. More to Story. England not wasting a second. Johnston, Hurst once more. Peter Story. Bell. Clark. Clark was fouled by Hay. In this second half, a great deal may depend on Clark's ability to lose David Hay, number 10. Alan Ball with a kick. Peters! 1-0. Peters strikes again. No wonder they call Peters the ghost. Chivers on a blind run, took the defenders away. Peters stole up in the background. And again, Martin Peters, a vital goal for England. 5 minutes of the match remaining. England 1, Scotland 0. So Alf Ramsey, it seems to be his usual policy, doesn't appear to be thinking of putting substitutes on. Farland under pressure, Bremner. Scoring. Bremner wants the corner. England pulling them back. 10 back very quickly for the corner. Bremner with it. It's Chivers. Dalglish. And finally Hughes clear. Well, who says goalkeepers don't win or save matches? Shilton then was airborne from the moment the shot was struck. A piece of goalkeeping that can win matches. It really was brilliant. Dalglish with a full power. Shilton must have seen it late, and that is goalkeeping in the Gordon Banks class.
Almost with that one classic performance, Shilton put his name at the top of the league. 10 years later, he was again foiling the Scots.
Goalkeeper Peter Shilton, who has something different to mark the occasion tonight. It's his 50th cap for England. Even on throw-ins, Butcher will go forward as he did in the World Cup with some success. Oh, he got a flick on there and run in by Robson. Well, it's almost like England versus France in Bilbao, isn't it? The throw-in flicked on by Butcher and Robson finishing. The long throw by Kenny Sansom. Terry Butcher so dangerous in that position, and Brian Robson, the England captain, returning to his country's cause with a goal after 13 minutes. See Butcher there with the flick on. The Scots couldn't cut that out. In came Robson. Francis. That's a good cross, and Cowans arrived. They didn't get a hold of it at all. Neil tried to pick a way through. Cowans! And England go 2-0 up as Gordon Cowans scores his first goal for his country after making the early running in this move. Trevor Francis from the right-hand side. That's what he likes to do, to get down and turn it back. Cowans went in the first time and didn't make much headway. Phil Neal helped him out. The ball ran loose and Gordon Cowans swung his left foot and it was wide of Leighton. It's 2-0 to England after 53 minutes. Oh, and Hoddle was crowded out at first. He got a leg in the end, but the Scots moving a bit better now. Walk was felled poorly there. The referee is going to play a good advantage to Gordon Strachan. And Strachan, oh, what a good save by Peter Shilton. Many goalkeepers, I would venture to suggest, might have let that one come back off them for a rebound chance. Gordon Strachan, it wasn't the greatest angle in the world, but Shilton so reliable in that position. A good header out by Hoddle, but it's only gone as far as Neri, and Scotland have got plenty of bodies forward here. Souness. Brazil. And they're still waiting in the penalty area for a cross. Souness. And Brazil. Deflected by Roberts into the side netting from Alan Brazil. So can the Scots get one back here? Shilton came to meet Gough. Miller was in there. Two England players were equally brave. Souness, that hit his own player. Again Souness. Offside flag up on our side. Interesting the authority with which Peter Shilton came to make the initial punch, Jimmy.
Yes, as I was saying at the start, players that are so superior that you just write their name on the team sheet, international managers are very lucky to have, and Peter Shilton is one of those. When England have been successful in the World Cup, they had 4 or 5 world-class players carrying the rest is the wrong word, but inspiring the rest with magic moments to turn games that make so much difference. And he turns games by saving goals and saving his side so often.
1984. Once again, Peter Shilton stood against the Scots.
Very left-sided David Cooper from the right wing. Strachan. Cooper shouting for it on the right. It's not bad, and McGee's down there and scored. 1-0 for Scotland. After 12 minutes, Mark McGee of Aberdeen, from his ex-colleague Gordon Strachan, very neatly tucks it away beyond Shilton, and there is a sign of triumph to the utter delight of the 74,000 crowd. An almost delicate finish with the head. Well kept it, now Woodcock. Superb run, and it's a brilliant goal by Woodcock. Oh, no wonder he's elated. The equaliser, 36 minutes of the first half gone, and this is a marvellous piece of control. Wrong footing Miller, not much of the target to be seen, and sweeps it away. And that's striking at his best. You can't do any better than that, taking on a great defender like Miller. And that had to be done with deadly accuracy, which it was. England are back in the game. Strachan. Way to the far side, and Shilton. I really do think he misjudged that. He looked to be getting it with great ease, watching it, and then suddenly the decision to scoop it over. Seven minutes to half-time. McLeish. I beg your pardon, 2 minutes to half-time. Well, Scotland have put the house in order again. And in these last 2 minutes of this half, no doubt will be trying to hem England back, as they have been doing in the last 5 minutes. Hooked away desperately by Fenwick, and Shilton totally in command. Johnson, and knocked away by Duxbury coming across, clogging the gap for England. Peter Shilton rapidly turning into a snowman as his hail comes down. Cooper. Walkers up and then straight down to Shilton. Walker's excellent in the air like that. A bunch of players. And if he can beat the likes of Roberts, it shows you how effective he can be from the corner kick. That's picked up by Johnson. That's a useful ball. Roberts is with them. Cooper is wide. Wants to take Roberts on, and does brilliantly. Almost getting through. That's more like Cooper. Superb play, and Shilton, and that's just over from Bent. Scotland fighting with determination. Paul McStay. Steve Archibald brilliantly saved. And in the past 10 minutes, we've seen the very best of Scotland's attacking play. Willie Miller. Not a bad pass for a centre-back. Boris Johnston. To bat. Alveston, there's Johnson, brilliantly saved! A great effort by the Watford player. Well, that might be the save of the match. Just one blink of goal, and there was Mo Johnson, sight putting it away in a brilliant Shilton save. Done with that acrobatic ease of his. And this, I think, will be the last set piece in this match. So, can Scotland conjure up a little bit of magic to win this title with virtually the last kick of the ball? I think that sums up the situation now as we're almost a minute into injury time. The free kick expert is there, David Cooper. Away goes to McStay, and it's still in the danger zone. And a great shot by McLeish right through the tunnel. The whistle ought to go, and in fact it has. Peter Shilton on the goal line, stopping the last shot of a British Championship game.
No wonder the Scots hated playing against him. Shilton totally dominant against the old enemy from north of the border. October the 17th, 1973. Probably the England international that Peter Shilton would most like to forget. It's the World Cup qualifier against Poland. England have got to win to go to the finals in West Germany. It's essential. The Poles do not score.
Hunter's got to make that, and he's lost it. Kadoka is inside McFarland. Hughes trying to get back goal side. Damaski coming up square number 10, and it's there. Hunter had to make that challenge, and he didn't succeed, and Damaski has scored. Kept his head very well to find Damaski, Lato did, and the shot going under Shilton's dive. And England in terrible trouble. Brought down by Gorgon, but he went the wrong way from England's point of view. Now Peters. That's inside, surely. That is inside, that happened. Yes, it is. A penalty. A penalty's been given. Peters, it's definitely inside the box. Right on the edge maybe, but it was inside. Mushal charging Peters off the ball, and a penalty has been given. And Alan Clark, who scored on his debut against Czechoslovakia in the World Cup, has got to put this one away. Clark against Tomaszewski, and England are praying. And he's made it! The goalkeeper, starting to go to his right, comes back. In fact, he moves an awful lot and goes the wrong way in the end.
1-1, but the most frustrating night in England's history was just starting.
That's for Chivers. Clark, if he can turn. Here's McFarland. Blocked by Mushal. Curry. Oh, and that could so easily have gone in by Shannon. Here's Shannon. Three in the middle. Peters. Chivers, yes, surely no blocked. Curry. Shannon, Bell, great stop, goalkeeper coming an awful long way again. I can't think why, because he looks nothing like as good there as he does on his line. Clark. Shannon. Kozatsky. The back pass is blocked. It coolly to Gorgon. He took too long. No, here's Chivers. And Curry. Shannon cutting into the middle. Well taken by the keeper. Hughes, Curry. Why did he punch? Here's Shannon. Inside netting. The goalkeeper could have paid for that. There was no need to punch. Peters. Won't count. The whistle had gone. And Shannon sums it up superbly. Well threaded through. Peters. Shannon. Peters. Goalkeeper just got a touch. Bell. Defender hesitated. Shannon. Chivers. Szymanowski it was who got at it. Here's Clark. And the goalkeeper clearing with his feet. Hughes. It's on the right, but he's given it away. Oh, that's a great ball. Peters. Hunter again. Right foot. Bell. Hunter. Curry. Play on, says the referee. Shannon. Spite of Kasperjak's kicking. Here's Clark. Madeley. Bell. Curry. Pull back, but still goes on. Shannon. And away by Šprikevich. Domarski. And no flag is up. Here's Lato. They were looking for the offside, just a touch then from Shilton. Still Lato. Here's Dana. Domarski slipping. Kasperjak. And we breathe again. But the whole England side stopped, expecting Lato to be given offside. Hector on the line. And we move into injury and stoppage time. And off the line! And put past! Off the line in the melee. The goalkeeper got the wrong side. And it was blocked on the line by Szymanowski. He's done it twice in the match. Curry. Peters is underneath it. Here's Bell. Will it come down? Off the line again by Kozatsky. Chiloro checking his watch. And the final whistle. And England are out of the World Cup.
People forget Poland were no mean side. They actually came third in the 74 finals. Fortunately for Shilton, he had a great opportunity for revenge 15 years later. 1989, again a World Cup qualifier. This time, Shilton's equalling the record of being England's most capped player. The result couldn't have been more different.
Peter the Great among goalkeepers reaches a monumental milestone today as he equals Bobby Moore's record of 108 England caps. And depending partly on the result this afternoon, he could go on to challenge Pat Jennings' world record of 119 internationals if Shilton and England go to Italy. VS. Urban. Now, Beardsley, it's a good tackle by Robson, and Lineker's away, and Lineker's onside, and this is going to be a free kick and a booking for sure. And the yellow card comes out, and Bacco, the goalkeeper, denies England the opening goal in this World Cup tie with a cynical challenge on Gary Lineker. Robson won it for Beardsley, and Lineker was just onside and he was through and away. Took the goalkeeper on, and just look at that.
Well, there's no question when you get an incident like that, it's so stopped a certain goal that the goalkeeper should be going off for an early shower. There's no question that it cost England a goal. Gary Lineker had wrong-footed him, he was past him, he had an open goal. There was 100% certainty that the ball was going to end up in the net. And here we have a free kick on the edge of the area, which is sort of a 50-50 opportunity. Really, I think the referee should have taken a strong hold straight away, and Bacco, who's having a sniffer there, should have been having it in the dressing room.
Well, strong words from Trevor Brooking, but I'm sure lots of people up and down the country would go along with that. I wonder if England can carve out some sort of justice from the free kick. Beardsley. Well, I'm afraid no justice there really for England. There goes Lineker. Waddle's in the centre, so is Robson. Waddle. Lineker. Header by Maticic, then by Stevens, and now Webb, and now Beardsley. Stevens. And again. Beardsley. England with 6 players pushed well forward in this attack. Webb looks for Lineker. Good cross. Barnes! It's a goal kick. Barnes says corner. Lineker cut that back well. Here's Barnes. And Lineker! And Lineker, surely! It's in! England have taken the lead. And the scourge of Poland in Monterrey, Gary Lineker, brings smiles to English faces again. John Barnes with the pass. Lineker into the goalkeeper first time, and then from a tight angle, right foot, that's over the line as Brian Robson dives in, and England have taken the lead. The 2 tall central men are there again. Shilton alert to the ball, whipped in quickly. Furtok's corner, goalkeeper in charge. Here's Jan Urban. He's had a good match, apart from the header that he missed. And Prusik's also prominent in midfield. And Poland moving well again, and this is dangerous, but Shilton knew all about it. This is Waddle. Lineker, that's a good touch. Stevens now, can he get a quality cross in? He can, Barnes! Yes! That's the goal we wanted! And it's the goal that might lead the victory here. The Poles down and deflated, and England celebrate. Gary Stevens here, made up for any earlier crosses that didn't go his way. It was a beautiful ball, and Barnes at the far post to finish it off. This is Webb. Barnes. Rocastle. And still took 2 to stop him. And here's Lineker, a terrible back pass. Rocastle, Smith, no, Webb, 3. And Poland commits suicide in defence. And England's World Cup hopes very much alive now. Sir Ralph Ramsey applauds the goal. And Neil Webb, as the goalkeeper holds his head in dismay, makes it 3-0 to England. An easy goal for Webb, but a dreadful mistake here by Wojcicki, the number 3. He presented that to Gary Lineker. Rocastle across the goal. Smith couldn't get it, but Neil Webb certainly could.
They say revenge is sweet. For Shilton, the chance to set the record straight and take England to Italia 90 must have been nothing less than pure nectar. He's played 125 times for England, faced all of the world's top teams, and during that time written his name as the game's number 1. Coming up now, some of his greatest games and some of his toughest moments, starting in 1973 and the visit of Italy.
A little flick from Riva. Bell getting down too soon. Here's Kinalia, and he's away. Riva to pull it back to. He might have done better to do so. Good save by Shilton. Maybe out of the World Cup, but they still present a great challenge to any side as far as foreigners are concerned. Here's Kinalia. Riva, that's a good shot, and a goal! Kinalia's cross, and Capello has scored.
Shilton will find 2 Welshmen coming from his right. Big fellas, 2 Evans and DC. Thomas is out to the right. Sayer there just in the wall. James on the ball. You're at the head, who might well step out of the way. And he got a deflection, and it's a corner. They're now playing the time that the referee dropped off for the injuries of the half. Here's Yoreth. Evans waiting up in the box. Hughes, let it go! James is behind him. And a penalty has been given. Look at it again. Hughes let it go. James got behind him. And no doubt about it that Shilton, carrying through, brought down James. So Leighton James with a chance to put the Welsh in front. And that's his 7th goal for his country.
When Viv Anderson made his international debut against Czechoslovakia in 1978, Peter Shilton stole his headlines.
The best of Peter Shilton was quite magnificent, and this, I think, is the pick. A brilliant one-handed save from Kozak, and the goalkeeper had already started to go the other way. Now he denies Stambacher, number 6, from point-blank range. From further out, Nahoda suffered the same fate. Shilton looked and was unbeatable, in marked contrast to his opposite number, Michalik, the one Czechoslovakian player for whom the ball seemed to have no respect. This is England's best scoring effort of the night by Tony Curry, as the goal itself was really rather a mess. The build-up was nice with Anderson and Curry, but Michalik lost the ball and Koppel was credited with pushing it over the line. So the final result, England 1, Czechoslovakia 0.
Goalkeeper, this is Trevor Brooking. Oh, there's a chance there, it's a goal! it. The ball comes out to Trevor Brooking. He fires it back in, and there's Mariner, 1-0 to England. England have got everybody back behind the ball. Here's Tote, and they're pushing up now. Valiant. Away to the right goes Chapo. Here he is. Valiant again. Looking for Fazekas. That's well played by Fazekas. Here's Muller. Valiant. And Shilton had a good view of that. Tarocek. There's Karakesh to Kish. And it's Kish with the shot, and Shilton in precisely the right place. Only the second shot Hungary have had, it came from Kish. And Peter Shilton ready to accept that. But Phil Thompson has got all the room in the world to play the ball to Phil Neal. And the referee blows his whistle, and England are back in the World Cup finals for the first time since 1970. And Kevin Keegan won't mind the bang in the mouth, because he's led England out of the wilderness now, and at last we've got something to bite on. Peter Shilton there will be feeling, I think, that the books have been balanced after what happened here against Poland to him and to England in 1973.
Fine ball too, Armstrong on the right. Butcher across to cover, he plays it in first time. Oh, and only Shilton saves the embarrassment of Graham Roberts. What could have been an own goal. O'Neill, and this time Stewart is onside and has done well. Oh, a superb effort, and Shilton again to England's rescue.
England's captain. There can have been few finer ambassadors for the game than Shilton, this time against East Germany in 1984.
And that was curled beautifully by Derner, the captain and sweeper, and it needed the save too. Peter Shilton making sure. Streich is also there. And Zurcher. Streich? Oh, well held by Shilton. That was vicious from Joachim Streich. Joachim Streich drove it with venom, and Shilton collected safely. And Wilkins. And now Kenny Sansom. Wilkins is in there, and Robson! What a goal! At last, the crowd have something to cheer, and it couldn't have been finished in better style. Brian Robson's 10th goal for his country, and what a way to go into double figures. Kenny Sansom with the long cross. Ray Wilkins was well forward with the header, and watch Robson take this on the volley. That's first-class finishing. And the goal came 8 minutes from the end. The news from Sarajevo means that England have not just got to win here tonight, that's the first priority, but they must go for goals. It's got to come back to Stevens. Oh, a nice ball. And Webb. Changed direction there. Oh, and Barnes came in! What a start for England. Only a minute gone, John Barnes. But Neil Webb starts an international for the first time in great style and deservedly gets congratulations. Butcher. There goes Lineker, marked by Semir, the number 3. That's a man-to-man plan by the Turks. Giving it away, Sansom. Oh, and Lineker. 2-0. England are 2 up in 8 minutes. And Lineker extends still further his goal record for Bobby Robson. And Kenny Sansom takes the credit. It was a bad pass out, but his reaction was instant, and so was Lineker's. Well, got it back from Lineker nicely. Now there are England players moving across the line. Here's Robson. In fact, there are 5 up with him. And Neil Webb's made another forward run. Poor for Turkey. Ali. Stephen got a foot in. Beardsley. Barnes to his right. Still Beardsley. Here's Barnes, real chance. Yes. John Barnes gets his second and England's third. Fakir exposed again. And with 28 minutes gone, here's the third one. Beardsley made it beautifully. Drew the 2 defenders. Out to Barnes. Lovely finish inside, in fact, off the near post. And Butcher's back pass, forcing Shilton into a save at the feet of Kayhan. Good move this by Turkey. This is Savaş. Erhan's joined the attack. And Peter Shilton has had to make 2 very alert saves in this first half. That one from Erhan, well struck and tipped over. Robson. Lineker's touch. Robson. Webb. Now Barnes. Sansom again makes a run from left back. Not covered. Robson's there. And he's still there. And Beardsley's also there. And Lineker must. And does. Turkey flat out for the count. And England make it 4. Adams and Beardsley facing the kicker. Oh, and Webb. Oh, and it just possibly got a little touch there as it went through. I'm not so sure that Brian Robson wasn't in the middle of that. Neil Webb drove it, but I think it may have touched Brian Robson before it went in. Just watch this again. It comes out to Webb. He strikes it. Little flick from Robson, was it? It's 5-0 anyway. Robson. Yes, Lineker. Hoddle. Beardsley. Brilliant. Whatever the opposition, that's a quality goal. I think 1 or 2 of the England players, stung by the criticism after the West Germany defeat, have just dug in a bit tonight as Robson plays the ball through to Lineker, and Lineker has scored another hat-trick for England. Robson supplied the pass, which bisected the defence. Now Gary Stevens. And Hoddle. And Webb this time. Well, the man who came in scores from a pass by the man he initially replaced.
8-0, England's biggest win in modern times. Yet another clean sheet for Shilton. An absolute inspiration once again. Another job well done by the man his fellow internationals affectionately call the goalie. It's been a phenomenal career. He started, incredibly, over 20 years ago on that cold November night and ended up as the greatest. And that is England's tribute to Peter Shilton.